we'll jump in. So just find a comfortable seat, sitting nice and tall with the eyes closed. You can let the knees soften down. You can let the collarbones widen. You can allow the shoulders to soften. Let the jaw unhinge. Let your hands relax. Let the muscles behind the eyes relax. Let the belly relax. And just feel yourself settling into your own being. And whatever that means for you, to settle into your own self. Remembering that the self is a changing thing. It's a process. And so just acknowledging the process that is you right now. And softening in, surrendering to the process. And just letting yourself simply be with breath in a state of exploration. Just seeing what may be revealed through the self as the self. And if you got my newsletter today, I shared a little bit about the Musk Deer. So I had a dream this weekend about the Musk Deer. And if you didn't read the newsletter, or if you're unfamiliar with it, the Musk Deer is a deer that has a really strong scent. And it's one of the most coveted scents in the world, so much so that these deer are actually on the brink of extinction because hunters try to get what's called the musk pod. And it's a little sac that is the source of all this scent of the musk deer. And the musk deer are so allured by this scent when it's released by them that they travel far and wide, many, many miles, trying to seek out the source of this scent. And as they travel trying to seek out the source of the scent, they actually brush up against things that makes the musk pod, the source of the scent, it's underneath them, between like the umbilical cord and the genitals. And they brush up against like the mountains and trees and other things that they actually will sometimes lose their musk pod. And like humans, the musk deer are also regenerative, and they can recoup their musk pod again. It will take like a year or so to regain another musk pod. And again, they go searching for the source of the scent, and sometimes they'll lose it. Again, right? They brush up against things and they'll lose their musk pod once again, and like that, they never really are able to locate where this divine, alluring scent is coming from, but they spend their whole life in search of it, and in search of that scent as though it's coming from some source outside of themselves. And like that, we humans tend to seek out the source of pleasure, or that which is alluring or inviting. We tend to seek it out in our circumstances, in the external things. And the truth of our nature, as is the truth of the musk deer, is that the source of that which is most alluring, most enticing, most delicious, most valuable is actually within. And so as practitioners, as we recognize that, And we shift our attention from constantly seeking outside of ourselves for happiness, for fulfillment, for pleasure. And as we turn the gaze inward, as we seek inward for fulfillment, we will find it to a much greater degree than when we constantly seek outside of ourselves. And when we look outside of ourselves, we will find momentary pleasure, momentary happiness in our external pursuits, but it will be a far cry from the true contentment, the true joy that is found when we really look inward. And so just taking a moment to look within and acknowledging right now in this moment, what is valuable within ourselves, right? Most of us humans, we're always looking on the outside for value because we don't understand our own inherent value, our own inherent worth. And so as practitioners, it's important that we acknowledge ourselves. So just looking within and seeing what within yourself is valuable. It may be the way that you feel you care for your family, or for your plants, or for the earth, or for friends. It may be this degree of honesty, or this level of ethics that you uphold. It may be your care and consideration for your loved ones. It may be the way in which you carve out a little bit of time for yourself and for your well-being on a regular basis. You might find great value in that. But just taking a few moments to dig inside and look for the gold and recognize your own value. You know, there's that old saying, at the end of our life, we never look back and say, oh, I wish that I had worked more. It's always about the way that we've affected others that makes a lasting difference. And so as you seek value within yourself, it will be in relationship, whether that's to yourself or to another. But acknowledging that value that only you uniquely bring to your relationships, to your experience. And in that, the value that you have inherently within yourself. And it could be that you have great musical talent. You could have a green thumb. You could have a knack for teaching. It could be in the way that you love. It could be in a practice of selflessness. It could be in a way that you have discipline and uphold vows that you've made or commitments that you make. But it's so important that we do the mining for the gold within the seat of the self, and that we're not constantly going to other people's rivers and caves and mountains and valleys, seeking out the value that we actually hold within ourselves. And the more you remember to go within and not without, the more gold, the more real gold you'll actually mine. And so it's each of us taking responsibility for the unique scent that we bring to all of our life. And recognizing, just like this scent, the musk pod of the deer musk, it's incredibly valuable. And perfumeries will pay top dollar for these musk pods. One, because they can turn it into this delicious scent, and two, because it also helps the scent of a perfume to last longer. But we have to find that musk pod within ourselves. And because we have consciousness, unlike the Musk Deer who doesn't know to look within, who doesn't have that evolved consciousness, we can learn from that example, but recognize that we as humans can take it a step further and really recognize we are the source of the scent. We ourselves hold the value. And so it's really important that we do take that time to acknowledge ourselves. We're so good, most of us, at beating ourselves up or putting ourselves down or diminishing our goodness, playing it down. And we got to be our own best friend. We got to build ourselves up. And so just taking the time in the beginning of practice to do that is really important. And it's absolutely a part of the practice as much as the physical practice itself. And so we'll just take one more moment to recognize the value that we bring to all relationships, to all circumstances. And of course, it changes across different circumstance and different relationship, but it's still this inherent value within you. Giving yourself a nice little pat on the back with a healthy sense of divine pride in who you really are. And just make the commitment to not forget and to keep shining your light and to practice knowing your worth. And with that, take a moment. You can bring your hands to a prayer at your heart. You can close the eyes and just set an intention for the practice, one rooted in your own worthiness, your own self-knowingness of the value that you are and that you bring. And taking personal responsibility to let your light shine and to not engage or with others that diminish that light or make you question your values, your value, your worth. And as you practice today, imagine yourself as a big beam of bright, brilliant light, radiating out through your practice in every direction goodness. If that image doesn't work for you, you could imagine yourself as a precious jewel, like a diamond with many facets. But just some image of yourself as this precious, precious either jewel or piece of gold or a bright, brilliant light. And then we'll seal this intention with the sound of Om. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And then as you're ready, we'll go ahead and we'll come onto the hands and the knees. Hands beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. And we'll just start to wiggle a little bit. Welcome EJ and Gwen and Oliver. Nice to see you guys. And just wiggling, circling. Breathing. And then you can circle in the other direction. And then let's go ahead and come back center. Flip your right hand around clockwise. Flip the left hand around counterclockwise. Hold the frame of the collarbone so you're not narrow. You want to really have your hands right beneath your shoulders and then circle around the wrist joint. Breathing into it. And remember that the practice is 3 parts. It's part stability, part ability, and part imagination. So we use our ground floor or our legs to get stable and strong. We use our torso, our arms, and our hands to connect to our ability, remembering that the hands do the work of the heart, circle in the other direction. And it's important that we don't underestimate the power of imagination, the power of the mind, the power of visualization. So remember as you practice to imagine yourself as that diamond or that beam of light radiating out, radiating your goodness. Hi, Magdalena. Good. And then you can go ahead and bring your hands back forward. From here, we're going to interlace the hands and then bring your palms onto the ground. So fingers interlaced, palms pressing into the ground. We're going to do a little bit of pranayama here. So on an inhale, you're going to round into yourself. Exhale, come out. Inhale, come in. Exhale, come out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep the fingers taut like the weaving of a tennis racket. And you're going in and out. In and out. You can go at your own pace. You can really pump the breath like a bellows breath. All right, from here, neutralize the spine. Keep the fingers interlaced. We're gonna tuck the toes with our fingers interlaced and come into a really weird downward facing dog like this. So press your chest back. Try to keep all 10 fingers rooting down. Both pinkies, both thumbs, hips nice and high, chest pressing back. Pedal your feet a little bit here. And then from here, we're gonna walk the feet forward. Keep your hands interlaced. And then bend your knees quite generously, belly resting on your thighs, palms pressing to the earth. So bend the knees as much as you need to keep all 10 fingers rooted to the ground. And then tip your sit bones up, let your head release, and just bounce a little bit. Shake and shift and hang, swaying a little bit. Let the weight of the upper body go. And with the belly and the thighs and the palms grounded, you'll feel that we're getting into the stability of the legs. You should start to feel the legs actively working to lift you up, to hold you up. Nice and strong in the legs, nice and soft in your upper body. And then keep the belly and the thighs connected. You can begin to tip the sit bones up. Let the head further release down, and we'll get into a little more stretch. Keep pressing the palms down, lifting the sit bones up, letting your head heavy, letting the shoulders relax. Take one more full breath in and a full breath out. Listen close. We're going to keep the fingers interlaced. Sit back into the hips, belly resting on the thighs. Reach the arms forward. Pause for a moment. So your back is flat and you're still feeling strong and stable in your legs here. So now we're really having an opportunity to feel more of the strength of the legs. Soften the shoulders back, push the heels of the hands away, lift your belly up, sit back into the hips and the heels. Make sure your knees aren't coming over your toes. You should see all toes. Knees are right over your ankles. Back is flat. You might even feel a lot of heat starting to rise up. Remember, you're radiating goodness. You're that beautiful bright beam of light or that shining diamond shining gem, and feel yourself radiating your goodness through your strength, through your breath, through your intention, through your imagination, through this practice. Take one more full breath in and a full breath out. Now from here, we're gonna rise, push into the feet, lift your chest, reach the arms up. Keep interlacing the hands, reaching up. And now we'll start to circle around. And then circle in the other direction. You can really let her rip and let her swing. Last time around. All right, and then inhale, come back center. Wiggle the sides of the waist one more moment. Push the heels of the hands up. Soften the tops of the shoulders down. Lengthen your tail. Draw your pelvic floor in and up. Feel like you're standing in good posture in the center of yourself, rooting your energy down into the earth, rising the energy up through the crown, up through the palms of the hands, and feeling it radiating all around you. Take one more full breath in. And then on your exhale, you can release the arms by the sides. Take a mountain pose, Tadasana. Top of the mat, take a deep breath in through the nose. And a deep breath out of the nose. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Look up to see the prayer, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bow forward, hands to the earth. Hinge from the hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, climb up onto the shins for a flat back halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana, open the chest. Exhale, hands release, step back to a plank pose. And lower down, your choice of a transition, halfway or all the way to the earth. Inhale, find a back bend behind the heart, lift the chest. Exhale, pulls the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out of the nose. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one in. And out. Inhale, lift the heels high. Exhale, bend knees, belly onto thighs. Inhale, walk or hop the feet to the top of the mat. Look forward. Exhale, fold into the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise, reach the arms overhead, gaze up to see the prayer. Exhale, arms by the sides, mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, gaze up to see the prayer. Exhale, bow forward, hands to the earth, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, open the chest, flat back. Exhale, hands release. You can step or float back. Lower, your choice of a transition. Inhale, find a back bend behind the heart. Lift the chest. Exhale, pulls the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Keep imagining yourself to be the most valuable jewel, the most valuable gem, the most enticing and enchanting light that there is. Whatever image works for you, stick with it and keep imagining yourself as that. Lift the heels high, bend the knees, look forward, inhale, step or float the feet forward, flat back. Exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale to rise, reach the arms overhead, vision up towards your prayer. Exhale, arms by the sides, mountain pose, Tadasana. Last round, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, offer the prayer up. Exhale, Uttanasana, ground the prayer to the earth, fold forward. Inhale to a flat back, open the chest, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands down, step or float back. Lower, your choice of a transition. Inhale, find a back bend behind the heart, lift the chest. Exhale, pulls the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more in and out. Lift the heels high, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, step or float the feet forward, flat back, open through the chest. Exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale, rise, reach the arms overhead, gaze up to see the prayer. Exhale, arms by the sides, mountain pose, Tadasana. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, gaze up to see the prayer. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the earth, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the back, open your chest. Exhale, hands down, step or float back, lower, your choice of a transition. Inhale, find a back bend behind the heart. Exhale, pulls the hips up and back, downward facing dog. From here, put a little bend in your knees. Take your right hand and place it on your sacrum with the palm facing up. Back of hand onto the flat middle part of your low back. On your next inhale, come forward. So you're in a three-legged plank. And then swim the right arm forward. Take the right hand down and pull back into a bent knee dog. Inhale, left hand comes onto your sacrum to the middle of the back, palm faces up. Exhale, pause here. Inhale, forward to a plank pose. Exhale, swing the left arm forward and pull back into a dog. Inhale, right hand onto the sacrum. Exhale, pause. Inhale, plank. Exhale, swing the right arm forward. Take the hand down, press back into a dog. Inhale, left hand onto the sacrum. Exhale, pause. Inhale, forward to your plank. Exhale, swing the left arm forward, press back into a dog. One more round each side. Inhale, right hand onto the sacrum. Exhale, pause. Inhale, plank. Exhale, swim the right arm forward, pull back into your dog. Last time. Inhale, left hand onto the sacrum. Exhale, pause. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, left arm swims forward, pull back into your dog. Take a moment here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, lift the heels high. Exhale, bend knees, belly onto thighs. Inhale, step or float the feet forward, flat back. Exhale, fold into the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise, reach the arms overhead, gaze up to see the prayer. Exhale, arms by the sides, mountain pose, Tadasana. Okay, we're gonna jump right in today. So, if you have a block, you're gonna grab it. And that same lacing of the fingers that we did before, you're gonna hold the block in between your hands. And you'll wrap your thumb and your pinky finger around the edges of the block. And then you'll flip the block up. Keep the fingers interlaced. And so you have the block overhead, pushing the palms of the hands up. No block, no problem. You'll just do the same thing without a block. Fingers interlaced, arms reaching up. So nice, guys. Yeah, Gwen, interlace the hands underneath the block. So lacing the fingers, that's it. And I have little hands, so I kind of have to do it once I'm overhead. Yeah, that's it. And the no block, just keep pushing the heels of the hands up, lifting the sternum. That's it. Good. And then from here, we're going to kill a couple birds with the same jewel, the same stone. We won't kill the birds. We'll work with the birds with the stone. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead, keep reaching your fists, the palms of the hands up. Step your right leg back. Bend the knees, come into a lunge, and then step the right leg forward. And then the left leg steps back. Bend the knees, rise up, step the left leg forward. Right leg steps back, bend the knees, squeeze the back cheek to rise up, step the foot forward. Left leg steps back, bend the knees, rising up, squeeze the cheeks, step the left foot forward. Just like that, if you get to a different breath count, you're always welcome to go at your own pace. Just alternating, stepping leg back, coming into a lunge, stepping back forward. And so the work that we're doing with the legs is beneficial for the legs, and it will enable us a little more to forget about what's happening with the wrist, the arms, and the shoulders, which are also doing some really good work here. So resist the urge to bend your elbows. If you need to, you can, but try to push the heels of the hands straight up, bending and extending. Stepping back into your lunge, stepping forward. Squeezing the cheeks to transition sides. Woohoo! We're building some heat. All right, keep it going down and up. And I know it feels like it might be wreaking havoc on your shoulders, but I promise you it's actually doing a real service to your shoulders. You're gonna feel so strong after this, and it may not feel like it, but you'll also feel pretty loose. Stay connected to your breath. So nice, guys, just a little bit more. Four more full rounds on each side. Push the heels of the hands up, soften the shoulders down. Breathe deep. Last round. Woohoo! Once you've finished, take one more moment, lift the block up, lift your palms up. One more deep breath in. And we can go ahead. Woohoo! Bend the elbows, let it go. Take a moment, shake it out a little bit. You can swing the arms. You can circle the shoulders back. Victory. Yes. Good, let it go. So nice, guys. All right. Just a little bit more. Okay. So nice, guys. From here, let's go ahead and separate the feet hip distance apart. Bend the knees, sit back into your hips for Utkatasana chair pose. And then let's grab for opposite elbows overhead. Let the chest come forward. So make sure you're not rounding or looking down. You may not be so low in your hips, but we're opening up the chest, opening up the lungs, opening up the back. So vision is forward, arms are perfectly framing your crown, and you can try to send as much weight back into the hips and heels as possible, but just make sure that your chest is up, your vision is up. And then again, you're radiating out all of your goodness, remembering that there is immeasurable value in who you are. Immeasurable value, unique value that only you bring. Never underestimate that, never play that down, and never forget that. If somebody doesn't shine your light back to you, if someone's not reflecting that, maybe you need to hang with a new crowd. Take one more deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, rise up, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus the elbows down. Reach the arms alongside of your body. Tip the torso forward. And then we're gonna shift into the right leg. Firm into your right buttocks. Lift your left leg up, and we're just gonna do a couple leg raises here. So left leg swings back, palms face the body. Let your left foot hover next to the right. Left leg swings back. Left foot hovers next to the right. Left leg swings back. Left foot hovers next to the right. Left leg sweeps back. Left foot hovers next to the right. Left leg sweeps back. Left leg hovers. 5 more times. You guys are strong. You got this. Sweep it back. Let it hover. Sweep it back. Let it hover. Keep the left foot flexed. Make sure the toes don't point out. Let the left leg reach back. Let it hover. 3 more. Kick it back. Let it hover. Kick it back. Let it hover. Last time. Kick it back. Let it hover. This time, kick it back and then step it back. Woohoo, sweet relief. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. And exhale, open, arms, hips, and chest, Virabhadrasana 2. Who knew that Warrior 2 could be a release? Who knew that we could find a sense of, letting go in a Warrior 2, but it's possible, anything is possible. So holding this Warrior 2 for a moment, feeling open across the chest and the hips, anchoring into the pinky side of your left foot, turn your vision out past the right fingers, and then just take a moment here, reach the heels of the hands out, pull your fingers back. Keep the shoulders soft. Keep exploring the depth of your knee bend on the right side, making sure you go to 90, not deeper than that, but try to also not be short of that. So you have a nice long stance. Right knee is directly over the right heel. Reach out through the palms of the hands, remembering that through our torso, we carry our ability. And we have ability in the torso because we have our arms, we have our hands, we have the ability to express ourselves, and we let the body, the torso, the arms and hands do the sweet work of the heart. So again, as you push out through the heels of your hands, imagine sending beams of goodness out of your heart, through the arms and out those palms, like a superhero. 2 more breaths here. Breathing in, breathing out. Even if it feels cheesy, just imagine it. Imagine that you actually have superpowers. 1 more deep breath in and out. And then inhale, extend your right leg. You can step the back foot in. Pull your hips back, lengthen the right arm forward, and release the right hand onto the right shin or block outside of the ankle. Left arm reaches up. Right? The only difference between a world that is mundane and a world that is filled with miracles is the way in which we're perceiving the world. And so you get to decide if the world is mundane or magical. And with that, you get to decide if you're ordinary or extraordinary. And why not choose the latter? Inhale, rise, press into the feet, come on up to stand. Exhale, rebend into your right knee. Take a reverse warrior, left hand down, right arm over the right ear. And then exhale, windmill the hands down, step to a plank pose, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. 1 more here, in and out. Lift the heels high, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, step or float the feet forward, flat back. Exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale, rise, reach the arms overhead, gaze up. Exhale, arms by the sides, mountain pose, Tadasana. Feet hip distance apart. Inhale once again, bend the knees, sit back into the hips, Utkatasana, chair pose. Reach for opposite elbows overhead, really fit the knobby part of the elbow in the open part of the palm. And then wherever you are, just take a moment to switch and bring the other forearm on top so that it's not so habituated, but we start to explore a different way of doing things, the way that doesn't necessarily feel natural. Because to view the world as miraculous and to view ourselves as extraordinary is not ordinary, but it's possible. And it's as much a reality as seeing the world as normal and yourself as normal. And so let's go for the possibility and the potential within the self. And in that we mine the gold and we find it. Lift the arms, lift your chest, back bend behind the heart. Take one more full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, rise, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus the elbows down. Inhale, tip the torso forward to a flat back. Exhale, sweep the arms alongside of the body. Inhale, start to shift the weight into the left foot, really pushing into the big toe mound of the left foot, engaging through the back side of your left leg, and sweep the right leg up. So you're in a warrior three. And then we're gonna let the right leg hover next to the left, and then sweep the right leg back up. Let the right leg hover, sweep the leg back up. Let the leg hover, position the right pinky toe slightly in the whole time, sweep the leg up. Let the leg hover, sweep the leg back. 5 more times, let it hover, sweep it back. Let it hover, sweep it back. Let it hover, sweep it back. 2 more, let it hover, sweep it back. Last time, let it hover, sweep it back, and then we'll step back. Come into your crescent lunge. Arms reach overhead, lift the front of the hips, lift your chest. And exhale, open, arms, hips, and chest, Virabhadrasana 2. Okay, and then this time, instead of just pushing the heels of the hands out with your fingertips pointed up, go externally rotate the arms and flip so the fingers point down, but you're still reaching the heels of the hands out. So right hand goes clockwise, left hand goes counterclockwise. Open across the collarbones, open across the chest. Center your shoulders right over your hips. So you're reaching with the arms, but you're not reaching the torso over that left leg. Really keep the shoulders right over your hips. Take a long enough stance that you can bend the left knee to 90 degrees and just feel yourself strong. Feel the strength and stability of the legs holding you up. Feel all that capacity of your upper body, of your trunk, of your heart, of your goodness, extending and reaching out. Feeling expansive beyond the walls that contain you. Feeling expansive beyond the body that holds you. Keep reaching out energetically, physically, with your heart, with your goodness, with your light. Keep lunging into that left knee. 4 more breaths here. Enjoy the strength that you feel. Enjoy the capability that you feel. 1 more deep breath in. So nice, guys. Inhale, extend your left leg. You can step your back foot in a little bit for triangle. Flip your palms back down. Pull your hips back, lengthen the left arm forward. And release the left hand onto the shin or a block outside of the left ankle. Right arm reaches up, look up to see the top thumb. Keep pulling your hips back, lengthening the torso forward. Relax the shoulders, pull the navel back to the spine. Take 2 more breaths here. 1 more deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Inhale, rise to stand up. Exhale, bend into your left knee. Inhale, take a reverse warrior, right hand down the right leg, left arm over the left ear, and then exhale, windmill the hands down. And you can lower through chaturanga or your transition of choosing. Find a back bend behind the heart, lift your chest, and then exhale, pulls the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. 1 more in and out. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, step or float the feet forward, flat back. Exhale, fold down into the legs. Inhale, rise, reach the arms overhead, gaze up to see the prayer. Exhale, arms by the sides, mountain pose, Tadasana. Let's step our left leg back about 2.5 to 3 feet. Square your hips forward. From here, you can either interlace the hands with the backs of the hands pushing into the back, and then slide your thumbs as high up underneath the shoulder blades as you can bring it. And if you have the potential to come into a reverse prayer, that's the other option here. Take your collarbones wide, wrap the heads of the shoulders back. And then on your inhale, lift your chest, a little twist towards the right leg, and exhale, folding down. For Parsvottanasana, a secret prayer variation. Stretching alongside the back of your right leg. Let your head release heavy. Keep winging the elbows back behind you so you stay open across the fronts of the shoulders and the chest. Back of neck stays long. Engage a little through your belly to lengthen towards the right leg. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Breathing in. Breathing out for 1. Breathing in. Breathing out for 2. Breathing in. Breathing out for 3. Inhale, push into the feet, rise to stand up. Exhale, step the left foot hip distance apart from the right. Take a moment, you can release the hands and just circle the wrist around a little bit. Let it go. And circle in the other direction. Good, and then we'll take a moment. Left hand pulls the skin of the right wrist back. You want to pull the skin pretty tight. Make a fist with that right hand, and then you'll circle the right wrist around. You might feel some clicking. You might hear some clicking. It's okay. It's just some air pockets and things getting back where they're supposed to be. Circle the wrist in the other direction. Good, and then we'll do the left side. Pull the skin of the left wrist back pretty tight. Make a fist with the left hand and circle the wrist around. Don't forget to breathe. Nice. Circle in the other direction. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and release that. And then we'll step the right leg back about 2.5 to 3 feet. Square the hips forward, and then once again, interlace the hands behind your back. And then you can thread the arms up so the thumbs come right underneath the shoulder blades. And if you took this variation on the other side, just switch the lacing of the fingers by 1 so the opposite pinky is on top. And again, if you took your secret prayer, that's another option. Just make sure your collarbones are wide, heads of the shoulders wrap back, elbows pull towards one another. And then with a flat back and a little twist towards the left leg, fold over that left leg. You can feel the thighs scissoring for support, for stability in the body. Let your head go heavy and breathe deep. Two more breaths. One more deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Inhale, rise to stand up. Exhale, step your right foot to meet the left. Go ahead, release the hands. This time, just shake your hands out. Shake your wrist out. You can let it go every direction possible. Let the hands have a mind of their own. They can go up, they can go down, they can go diagonally, they can go in circles. Just see how the hands can shake off of the wrist, how even the fingers can shake off the wrist. And you may find it infectious that you want to put that shaking into the rest of the body. And shaking is very powerful. As Renee knows, many shamans use shaking as a technique to move things around, to shift things up, to shake things out. So if you feel like you have anything inside of you that you need to shake out, anything preventing you from knowing your own worthiness, your own value, your own inner resource for goodness and light, your own power, shake it out a little bit so you can release anything hindering that ability to connect, to all your light, to all your goodness, to all your beauty, to all your value, to all your wisdom, to all your insight, to all that inner knowing, that inner confidence. Maybe some sound would be nice to get out. Shake it out, shake it out. Let it go. Shake, 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 shake. Shake out any mental afflictions, anything that's preventing you also from being at peace and content and present and filled with joy. Shake, shake, shake. Let it go. All right. And then you can start to let all that shaking come to more stillness. And then take a moment, catch your breath, stand at the top of your mat, root down through the feet, rise up through the crown. Feet are parallel, hip distance apart. Just feel yourself standing tall and strong inside of your center. Take a full breath in through the nose and a full breath out of the nose. On an inhale, reach the arms overhead, gaze up to see the prayer. Exhale, bow forward, hands to the earth, hinge from the hips, Tadasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, open the chest. And then from here, I'm going to give you two options. Option one, you can take your peace fingers and loop them around your big toes and pull yourself into Padangustasana, big toes of the feet wrapped with your hands, Padangustasana. Optionally, you can return back to the interlacing of your fingers, press the palms into the ground. You can stick your thumbs in between the big toe and the second toe. It's another way to measure hip distance apart for your body. And optionally here, you can step the arch of your left foot onto the top of the left hand. You can step the arch of the right foot onto the top of the right hand so that the balls of the feet are on the ground, toes are on the ground, and then your palms, the backs of your palms are pressing into the ground, backs of the hands underneath the arches of your feet. And if you have that, belly and thighs connect, and then you can just tip yourself down into more of a stretch. Head reaching down, sit bones rising up. Find your breath here. Wherever you are, 3 more breaths. One more deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Okay, if you're on your backs of the hands, just take a moment, step back. And then everyone, let's climb up onto the shins for a flat back, open across the collarbones. And you can move through a transition or you can skip it, and we'll meet back in downward facing dog. All right, in your dog, hips nice and high, grounding through all 10 fingers. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, come forward to a plank pose. Shift into the right hand, outer edge of the right foot. Left arm reaches up. You can keep your left foot in front of your right foot, or you can stack your feet. If you'd like to, you could also lower your bottom knee to the ground. Try not to open your top hip to the ceiling. Frame the wall that you're facing with both hips. Optionally, left arm can reach over the left ear. Optionally, left leg can inch a few inches off of the left foot. Sorry, left foot can lift a few inches off of your right foot. Take one more deep breath in and out. And then inhale, come to plank pose. And we'll switch sides. Come to the outer edge of your left foot and your left hand. Right arm reaches up, pull the waist up, stack the hips. And optionally, the right arm can reach over the ear. Optionally, the left knee can lower beneath your hip, or the right foot can step forward for a little more stability. Optionally, the right leg can lift into the air. Take 2 more breaths here. Breathing in, breathing out. 1 more in and out. Inhale, come to a plank pose. Exhale, lower your knees. So we're gonna do 1 more little wrist practice here. From here, you'll draw your elbow up, the right elbow up, pull it up alongside of your waist, and then flip the wrist and take the hand back down. Then inhale, left elbow draws up, flip the wrist, take the left hand down. Inhale, right elbow draws up and back, flip the wrist, take the right fingers forward. Inhale, left elbow draws up and back, flip the wrist, left fingers forward. So you can continue like this on your knees, flipping the wrist. You're welcome to put a little more speed into it and just kind of challenge yourself to see how quickly you can flip, like you're flipping a burger or veggie burger, whatever you prefer. And then if you feel like your wrist can hold you, you're welcome to do this very same thing, but in a plank pose. So you could lift your knees and you could flip the wrist. And if you come to a plank, try to keep your hips level, that you're not tilting the hips to one side each time you lift the opposite arm. Pull in and up through your belly. Breathe deep. Two more rounds of breath. All right, land with your hands forward. You can lower the knees down if you're in a plank. Cross the ankles, bring your seat behind your feet. And we're gonna come onto our back with our knees bent, feet to the ground. Interlace your hands behind your head, creating a little hammock for your head. So you're not gonna work your neck here. We're gonna really try and concentrate strength in the core. Chin close to the throat, firm your low back into the ground, and we do that by really engaging in the low belly, stabilizing through our core here. And then take a deep breath in through the nose. And then on your exhale, you'll lift shoulder blades off the ground. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift, crunch into the core. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, rising up. Inhaling down. Exhale, rising up. Inhaling down. Exhale, rising up. Keep it going. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Keep supporting the weight of your head so you're not doing a neck workout here. You're really getting to the core of the issue by really strengthening your actual core. Keep squeezing through your center. Belly back to the spine, low back spine gluing into the ground. Keep it going, squeezing to rise, inhaling to lower. Try to keep it tight as you lower. Exhaling up, inhaling down. You're welcome to continue like this. Optionally, you can lift the leg up, place the foot back down. Other leg lifts, place the foot down. Right leg up, right leg down. Left leg up, left leg down. Right leg up, right leg down. Left leg up, left leg down. So you can continue. We're just gonna burn it out a little bit. Keep it going, and then keep letting your light shine bright and let that provide a resource of strength for you. Remembering that through all of your effort, you're doing this for shining your light. It's about taking a stand for being good, for being a source of good in the world. Keep it going. Leg lifts, leg lowers. Leg lifts, leg lowers. Keep breathing into it. Sometimes it's easier for us to be strong for others than feeling like it's for ourselves. So feel resilient in that drive, in that desire to be a space of good. And that it's not really about you, but it's about who you can be and how you can show up for others. Keep it going. Breathing into it. Take a break if you need to. 2 more rounds. All right. Take a moment. You can let it go. Stretch it out. Put a little arch in your back. Okay, from here, let's go ahead and lift the legs up towards the ceiling. You can, once again, interlace the hands behind your head. We're gonna let the left leg hover to float above the ground. Right leg stays up. And we're gonna take 10 rounds here. Exhale, twisting to the right. Try to bring the left elbow outside of your right thigh. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, twist right. 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 Inhale, lower down. Halfway there. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, lower down. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. 3 more. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Last one. Exhale up. Inhale down. Take a moment. You can let your head go. Hug the knees into the chest. Just a little baby release. Circle the knees. Let the lower back widen and release. Circle in the other direction. And then we're gonna reach the legs back up. Interlace the hands behind your head. Hammock the weight of your head. Let your right leg float to hover above the ground. 10 more of these, guys. Exhale, twisting left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. 5 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 3 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Twist and down. Beautiful, guys. Hug the knees into the chest. Make small circles on the sacrum. Let it go. Circle in both directions. And then let's take the feet to the ground, parallel, hip distance apart. Just take a moment to turn your head side to side. Releasing the neck here, especially if your neck started getting involved in our core work. Just feel that this gentle rotation, tracing the ground from above the ear to above the ear, is helping to release some tension that might have built in your neck, even into the tops of the shoulders. Don't forget to breathe here. Let it go. All right, come back, center. And then we're going to take a bridge pose here. So on an inhale, lift your hips up. Interlace the hands behind your back, clasping the palms into a fist. Lengthen the tail towards your knees. Let your hips lift nice and high. Push into all parts of the feet. So make sure you're not collapsing into the outer edges. Really root into the inner heel and right above the big toe joint. Press the back of the head into the earth. Lift the chest up towards the chin and keep reaching your tail towards the knees. And then if you want a little more glute work, a little more booty, you can play around with squeezing your cheeks. Just little dynamic pulses here. Or you can just really hold the bridge and it can be a nice little heart opener. Keep breathing wherever you are. You're either pulsing or you're just steadily holding, all the while breathing through it. Three more rounds of breath. Nice, guys. And then let's sweetly release the arms, release upper, middle, and lower back. Windshield wiper the knees a little bit side to side. And then we're gonna cross the right ankle over the left thigh, pull the left thigh into the chest, take a figure 4 shape on your back. Keep reaching the right knee away from your center. It is quite nice to rock a little bit on your low back here. It helps to bring a bit more mobility into that right hip joint. But if you feel you wanna just stay still and focus on reaching the right knee away from your center, that's another option. And you can do a combination of both. Keep your shoulders relaxed, keep the breath deep. And come back to the imagery. Imagine yourself as a shining diamond or jewel or a beautiful bright beam of light. And feel that it's infectious and radiant. That anybody in your vicinity can't help but be affected by your glow, by your radiance, by your beauty and goodness. And let others bathe in that goodness, in that glow. And really feel that you can't help but to shine your light. Okay, and then let's go ahead and we'll just switch sides. Left foot to the ground, right foot to the ground. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Pull your right thigh into the chest, interlace behind the thigh. Flex the left foot, reach the knee away from your center. Keep your shoulders soft. Keep the back of the head pushing into the ground. And you can stay here. You can rock a little bit on your low back. Breathing. And again, remembering to come back to the imagery. Right? Really, the spiritual practice is a practice of remembering. It's not a matter of adding to or gaining more. It's a matter of uncovering and rediscovering who we already are, who we've always been. That shining diamond, the most illuminating, the most illustrious scent. And so just practicing remembering who you are. Not letting your failures or your letdowns or your heartbreaks or any other negative experience shape the clarity of that knowingness of your radiance. Not letting anything diminish or dampen your shine. Take 2 more breaths. All right, let's take our right foot to the ground, take the left foot to the ground, hug the knees into the chest, make little circles on the sacrum, let the whole lower back widen and release. And then let's take a happy baby, shine the soles of the feet up, let the knees drop down towards the armpits. You can keep the knees bent here and rock a little bit, or if you'd like to open one leg out at a time. We haven't done so much adduction stretching. We haven't stretched the adductors. So if it would feel nice to open into more of a straddle, you can play around with that. And you can do both legs at the same time or one leg at a time. Back of neck is long, back of head stays pressing into the earth. All right, and then let's go ahead and hug the knees back in. Shift your hips over to the right, drop the knees to the left. Look out to see the right palm, right shoulder softens towards the earth. Breathe deep. And then let's switch sides. Shift your hips over to the left. Drop the knees to the right. Look out to see the left palm. Left shoulder softens down. And then inhale, come back center. Squeeze everything in one last moment. And then let it go and take rest, Shavasana. So if you have a pillow or cushion and you want to place it beneath your knees or your head or over your hips, that could be quite lovely. And then just let the earth hold you. And let yourself consciously relax. You're welcome to continue resting. If you'd like to make your way up to a comfortable seat, that's another option. If you're going to do that, you can take a big stretch, arms reach overhead. You can hug the knees into the chest and roll to one side. And make your way into a comfortable seat. Only if it makes sense. Keep resting if you'd like. And just taking a moment to sit tall. And once again, practicing basking in your own luminosity, in your own brilliance, in your own light. Recognizing your own preciousness, the immeasurable value that you are. And for most of most of us, this is an ever evolving, ever unfolding practice. But we also truly know ourselves because of relationship with others. And so as we do practice, owning our own luminosity, we will see that light reflected in others. And the quality of the relationships will change as we ourselves change the relationship with ourselves. It's like an endless knot. As we connect to our own worth, others see it. As others see it, we see it more. We radiate it further, and we can teach others to do the same, to also remember their worth and to see their own light. So take a moment, hands come to a prayer at your heart. Take a moment to imagine somebody in your life who you see as radiant, who you see as an embodiment of so much light and truth and purity and goodness. And feel grateful for their presence in your life, whether they're embodied or not. And know also that you only have the capability to see their worth and their radiance because you also share it. You also are it. So take comfort in that. Namaste. Keep shining, guys.